So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 5 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to talk about today includes VRR, a potential new studio for Sony, along with a leaked new PlayStation 5 exclusive of a major IP, Ghostwire Tokyo's release date, Hogwarts Legacy news, and PlayStation 4 exclusive The Order 1886 gets some new news as well. First, yes or no, do you have a Sony TV or not? This relates to the VRR story we're going to cover today, and I'm curious how many of you actually have a Sony TV. I personally have a LG BX OLED TV, but that's me. What about you guys? So comment below, yes or no, do you have a Sony TV or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Ghostwire Tokyo's release date. Ghostwire Tokyo is one of PlayStation 5's timed exclusives that was originally meant to release in the first year of the console, but it got delayed into 2022. We didn't know when it was going to release besides the developers confirming early 2022, but we just got news that reveals it could be dropping sooner than we think. The latest is that Ghostwire Tokyo has been rated in Brazil according to website The Game Post. The developers have already confirmed early 2022, and when a game usually gets rated, it's a couple or a few months off from release, which is crazy to me. Early 2022 is already stacked for PlayStation 5 with Uncharted, Sifu, Horizon 2, GT7, and that's just the first 3 months of the year. Based off this rating, the game could release in February or March alongside GT7. Of course, we'll have to see how this turns out, but early 2022 is pretty stacked for PlayStation 5 in terms of just exclusives alone. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Hogwarts Legacy. I've been waiting for this game pretty much since I saw the original leaks back in 2018. I'm a Harry Potter fan, as you guys know, and Hogwarts Legacy is a must from what I've seen so far. The game was possibly going to be at the Game Awards, then rumors stated it was pulled from the show to be at the next PlayStation event. The next PlayStation event was rumored to take place this month in the form of a state of play, but now there is official news that Hogwarts Legacy news is now coming in 2022. Reading from the Warner Brothers Avalanche Twitter account, happy holidays from the Avalanche team. We're excited to share more news and updates on Hogwarts Legacy next year. Now, I'm not sure what this means for the potential state of play. At this point, it sounds like it's not happening if Hogwarts Legacy was meant to be there, and now we're hearing that we're going to hear news about it next year. But you guys let me know if you are Harry Potter fans or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the third story of the video, The Order 1886 news. The Order 1886 was a third-person shooter with heavy movie-like aesthetics. It dropped in the early days of the PlayStation 4, and the developer behind the game is now under Facebook, or I guess Meta now. Since then, people have asked for a sequel. We acknowledge the game's issues, like it being short, dumb AI, weak boss battles, etc., but people also acknowledge the game's lore and how there's a lot there that you can make a franchise out of. The latest on the game is that its trademark has been renewed on December 9th, 2021. Now, before anyone gets excited, apparently it's common to renew a trademark after 5 to 6 years from the original trademark, which for this game would have been about 6 years ago, I assume, since it released in 2015. The positive side of this is that Sony still seemingly cares about the IP to a certain degree if they're willing to renew it and, try to hold the trademark. They don't want to lose it, is what it seems like so far. So we'll see if anything comes out of this, but right now it's just a trademark renewal. Not a confirmation of a sequel or new content for the title. Now, diving into the fourth story of the video, new potential PlayStation 5 studio along with a leaked new PlayStation 5 exclusive. So this is a two-part story here. Part one, the new potential studio. According to an insider we haven't covered in a while, Tidex, Sony has looked into the possibility of acquiring Lucid Games. He stated this recently on Twitter. Heard back in October that PlayStation was interested in purchasing Lucid Games. They are apparently making a exclusive AAA game for PlayStation 5. Time will tell, because I haven't heard anything more after that. So recently Sony was interested in buying the studio, and now before anyone starts taking shots at Destruction All-Stars, the game wasn't bad. The core mechanics were very good and fun. It just lacked content. Honestly, if they used the same mechanics and made a MotorStorm type of game with all the destruction and tight controls they already have, along with the various characters and their backstories, and make that into into a campaign, that would have been a hit in my opinion versus what we got with Destruction All-Stars. Sony probably sees the potential of the studio. They do produce quality in terms of gameplay, which brings us part 2 of the story, the leaked PlayStation 5 exclusive. This story is simple, really. A previous employee of Lucid Games worked there as a technical designer, according to their LinkedIn, from August of last year to October of this year. He states on LinkedIn that he worked on an unannounced first-party flagship AAA IP for the PlayStation 5. First-party flagship IP is the key part here. It's either he worked on a first-party IP or the studio is first-party, which we know isn't the case yet anyways. There's been reports that Lucid Games have taken over the Twisted Metal IP and are working on releasing it for 2023 to go alongside the show. This right here potentially further confirms that. And now diving into the final story of the video, VRR news. So VRR is one of the most desired features for the PlayStation 5. For people who don't know, the whole purpose of the feature is to provide smooth gameplay for TVs that support it. The feature basically allows the TV to match the refresh rate to what the console is releasing in terms of frames, so you don't notice tearing or things like that. Both the TV and the console must support it for it to work. Earlier in the year, we heard rumors that VRR would be coming to Sony TVs by December. That was the target. We also heard from Digital Foundry that Sony was possibly waiting to release VRR on PlayStation 5 until their TVs supported the feature, which makes sense considering how long it took Sony to release the SSD, the internal SSD expander feature, which by that time, a subsidiary of Sony had their own SSD to release. But I'll say there, that SSD wasn't really marketed by Sony, so I'm not sure what happened there. But going back to the TVs, Sony has been rolling out VRR support on their TVs since the fall, I believe, and the latest is that they're rolling it out to more of their TVs. On December 1st, an update was released for more of Sony's TVs according to their Brazil website. The update note states, add features for a PlayStation 5, supports VRR function. I'm reporting on this because it might be the case that Sony TVs will be getting VRR support before it lands on PlayStation 5, and it seems another set of TVs have gotten it at this point. It's just a matter of how many TVs need to get it before it drops on PlayStation 5. I guess we'll see in time. But you guys let me know if you care about VRR or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with smooth out my gameplay. Obviously, this is in reference to VRR potentially coming to PlayStation 5 soon. If you're excited for that, destroy the comment section with smooth out my gameplay, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.